For the attention of Sub-Lieutenant Laporte. Welcome to your new home, Sub-Lieutenant Laporte. I'm Captain Sorensen, and I'm proud to call the Indus mine. I'm glad that you made the decision to join up with my ship and crew. I'm also aware that you come with high recommendations from Captain Telfer, so I know that you will serve this ship with distinction and valor. In the wake of Steele's massive raid against Earth, GTVA forces have largely withdrawn to Jupiter sector to resupply and regroup. Raids against Earth sector continue, but for the most part, Second Fleet is under only limited strategic pressure. Fleet Admiral Natreba is in conference with Fleet Admiral Calder of the Jovian Rim Fleet survivors, and by all indications it looks like some major operation is about to commence. I'll leave you under the care of your squadron leader. I believe you two have met?
Sims here. We've been introduced before. Welcome to the Indus. I'm sorry I wasn't on deck to see you in. I read over your jacket. You're clearly a skilled pilot, if still a little green. I need that talent to rebuild this squadron. I want to make it clear that things operate differently here in 2 Fleet. The Martian military has a reputation for rowdiness and vivacious behavior. This reputation is well earned, but it doesn't mean you can be insubordinate without consequence. It's esprit de corps, not poor discipline, that keeps 2 Fleet running. There are only a few veteran pilots left on the Indus, so don't worry if we don't go crazy over the arrival of you and your fellow replacements. We're at the front lines. We've seen a lot of faces come and go. Don't expect a shiny badge or a badass squadron name. We're out here to do our jobs, not to fly air shows. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Laporte. I just got word of your transfer to the Indus. You may remember me from the Nauticus incident. I'm de facto squadron leader aboard the Yangtze, since our CAG is a psychological casualty. Lorna Sims and I go way back. Admiral Natraba is about to select forces for a big joint operation against the GTVA. 2 months ago, the Indus was the best frigate in 2 Fleet, and Lorna Sims was a rising star. She got that job because 5 officers before her couldn't hack it. But the last few weeks have really wrecked her. The Indus Air Wing has been running a 400% casualty rate. Sims and Flight Lieutenant Levi are about the only 2 left from the original squadron. Replacements show up and die almost daily. Word has it that Lorna doesn't give her pilots call signs anymore, just numbers. The crew chief says she's banned the flight deck from painting names on their ships. I think all the new pilots have turned into one long red blur for her. Worse, I think she prefers it that way, and all those rooks can tell. It's killing morale. I want the Indus flying alongside the Yangtze if we do go for a big strike, and I want her pilots eager to follow their captain. But Admiral Natraba will never choose a sick ship for his new task force. Do me a favor. See if you can shake Sims up. I've attached a personality profile that might help you out. I hope you get a chance to review it. Cordially yours, Karen Ingmay.
Yo, Laporte, out of the bunk, into the hall. Let's go, let's go. I hear you and the other new transfers have been bitching about the lack of training sorties. I get that. I mean, if I didn't know this ship flew a couple dozen sorties a day off a slot deck, overworking a deck crew that gets 4-hour sleep shifts and hasn't had a leave day in almost 9 weeks, I'd be bitching for more flight time too. And I just assume you don't know all that. Anyway, today's your lucky day, Laporte. I'm taking you out for some hands-on time with your Kentaroy. Get used to the cockpit, the new avionics, all that. Sound good? I already had the deck fit out your Kentaroy with weapons packages. We'll jump out, putter around, and come back. It'll give you a chance to get a feel for the interceptor and its weapons. The Yangtze is handling a Jump 5 alert for this sector, so if anything goes wrong, expect Flight Lieutenant Ingmay and her wingman to come charging to the rescue as usual. I know you've had a couple discipline problems in the past. Your record says your last wing leader was your uncle, of all people. Consider this a chance to impress me with those earthborn manners of yours, all right? Let's go.
Your goal is to jolt Captain Sims out of her guilt-fueled death spiral. In my experience, Sims responds well to confidence and plain talk. But if you're too by the book, she'll just ignore you. If you can demonstrate intelligence or experience, she'll listen. But failing that, she does some of her best thinking when angry. Just don't patronize or disrespect her or her abilities. And while she responds to honest emotion, don't get too empathetic. She hates that. If you criticize her professionally, not personally. The worst thing you can do is convince her you're an idiot. She'll tolerate a surprising amount of insubordination as long as it's going somewhere. Once you've raised the topic, don't back down.
Indus Control, this is Alpha 1. Outbound for a training run. Pass my regards to Captain Sorensen. And don't get into any trouble while I'm away, alright?
Roger that, Lorna. Traffic out there is light today. Steele must be resting his crews. Nanette does have a few intermittent contacts, so be careful with the Cubs.
Your ship's slave to mine for the moment, Rook. Get ready to jump. Alright, Rook. Welcome to the Block 2 Mod 1 Kentroid. You're that ship's brand new throttle stick interconnect, so treat her well.
She's a beauty. Stroke the stick and she jumps like a twitchy colt.
Jink around. Get a feel for her. Don't forget to kick in the reverse thrust. We use that for saber dancing. You've even got reverse afterburners. Put the throttle in reverse and kick the burners to try them out.
I like the ship. Marks a nice symbolic break from First Fleet, don't you think, sir?
Your transfer request made it quite specific that you had some problems with First Fleet. Is Second Fleet living up to your expectations, Sub-Lieutenant?
They were fighting to lose the war. They spent a lot of time and energy on remembering the Fallen and not nearly enough on killing Tevs.
Most Earthers are too deep in Ubuntu to get the job done right. In 2 Fleet, we honor the Fallen by doing our jobs and earning some payback.
Sir, it's my understanding that the Indus has lost most of its pilots in the past few weeks. How has that impacted morale?
What the hell kind of a question is that, Sub-Lieutenant? Do you even need to ask? Couldn't you tell the moment you stepped off the shuttle? Think very carefully about your next words, Sub-Lieutenant, because you are in serious danger of coming up on charges. I do not have time or patience for this kind of idiocy.
Look, I'll be straight with you. I saw my last squadron bleed to death. Yours is worse. It's already dead. You don't have a squadron, sir. You have a factory for lost pilots.
You're just determined to piss me off, aren't you, Laporte? You put your foot in it, so follow through. Do you think I'm unfit to command this squadron?
I think that 400% casualty rate cut you so deep that you just gave up. You're afraid of what will happen if you let yourself get close again.
Who the hell do you think you are? I mean, listen to yourself, you smug, high-handed, condescending...
Look, Sims, if you want to keep acting like these rooks are already dead, then that's going to turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your call.
Don't even pretend to understand what's happened on this ship, Laporte. While you were salvaging waylaid freighters, we were turning the butcher's bill into a goddamn chapter book out here.
Wake up, Sims! You know what happened to the Navajos. You're not the only soldier in the universe who's seen our squadron die 100 little deaths.
Whoa, knock it off. Jump flash, tally bandits, 2x2, 12 clicks. Nix. Gunship killers. An Aurora must have tracked our jump and vectored them in. We're in trouble.
4-2, and they're Wolfpack pilots. As good as us, probably. I thought I'd seen the worst with those SOC pilots.
Stay frosty, 2. It's gonna take too long to recharge and get a nav fix, so I'm gonna call for backup. You've handled worse.
1. Last time I did this, I was flying with wingmates I knew in a ship that fit like a glove.
Stay calm, 2, and do exactly what I say. Forget going for kills. Just evade, evade, evade. I'm going to grab 2 of them and keep them occupied until backup arrives. If you need cover at any point, just yell.
Weapons failure.
Sims, I'm getting red lights under Master Wet Act Ave and my triggers are locked up.
They gave you that bird? Gods. Okay, Laporte, stay loose. You've got a rapier feed problem and the safeties went a bit overboard. I need you to select AVAC, bus, and then Cycle Module 1.
1, 2 defensive. Can I get some backup?
Damsel in distress, huh? Turnin' and burnin'.
Done. I've got primaries back.
Alright, forget the Tenteo warning and help me out. On my way. Oh, damn, those burners still kick. On my way. Oh, damn, those burners still kick.
Lorna, it's Karen. Just got your call. On our way in.
Rest easy in this jokes. Us 2 will stop these little pricks. Get you killers my ass.
Alpha 2, Fox 2.
Abort. Call Fox every time you shoot an aspect missile. I'm gonna frag you myself.
That was tense.
Raids like this have been going off all month. The Auroras slip in, track your jumps, and call in the Nyx. You are courting danger going out like this, Sims.
Check it out, Karen. I kept a rook alive through her first mission. Reminds me of our first time out together.
Lorna, I cannot quite tell if you're kidding or not, but I'm sure Laporte here appreciates the effort. That's 2 you owe me, Arthur. 1 here, 1 for the Nauticus.
I tried to pass your suggestion on, Flight Lieutenant Ingmei. Apparently 2 Fleet isn't as informal as suggested.
Your suggestion? Why don't you come to me directly next time you've got a problem with my command style, Flight Lieutenant Ingmei? Instead of throwing sock puppets my way.
The Indus needs to solve her own problems if she's going to be picked for this big op. I want you flying with us, Lorna. Besides, the Yangtze's got trouble enough of its own for me to handle.
Yeah, well, I'll keep it in mind. Maybe show the newcomers a little love. With luck, this batch will stick around longer than the last.
Great. Always happy to play go-between for the Second Fleet's alpha females. Captain Sims, if this was a first date, you've got a poor choice of venue.
This better not turn into some kind of running joke, Laporte. Natriba cracks down on chain of command romances like a gorilla's hammer, and I'm on thin ice as it is with the casualty rate.
Romances? Do you hear that, Karen? Forbidden love is in the air.
Great. My job security is in the hands of a First Fleet transfer, a notorious gossip, and the Federation's only spacefaring pig. Laporte, let's get back to the Indus before he builds up any more steam.
Take care, you two. Watch the beams.
Laporte, get your skinny ass out of that cockpit. I'm debriefing in the locker room. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna close down our briefing closet for a 2-pilot debrief. Lieutenant Levi's in there showing off his ACM footage anyway. Get that zipper for me? Thanks. Okay, we did good out there. Didn't lose anyone. Burnt some fuel. Rattled some Tev raiders. Good for morale. You can fly. I like that. Need good flyers for our next big op. Look. I appreciate the pointers about my command attitude. You're getting the hang of the Martian style, and what's more, you're probably right. I'm sick of making new friends and then losing them, but these guys need a leader. But keep in mind, rank matters, even in 2 Fleet. One more outburst like that, whether Karen's behind it or not, and you'll be in the brig for insubordination. Granted, it'll only last about 10 minutes because I'll need you to fill out the roster, but yeah, okay, you get it. You like the Kenteroy? Yeah, thought so. That afterburner. Beautiful kick. Beta Wing chased off an Aurora shadowing us. He must have traced our jump out and passed it to those Nicks. Steel puts the pressure on every damn inch of the fleet, and we're not even his primary goal. Right. Look. One more thing. I'm pretty flattered by your attentions, but we've got to sort something out. Don't get me wrong. I'll tumble a pilot off another ship as fast as the next woman, but in the same squadron, that's a no-go. So I'm afraid you're getting shot down at least once today, Laporte. No more schoolgirl flirt after missions. Towel. Nice. Okay. Laporte, you keep all that shit straight. I'll get in real tight with the new pilots. We got ourselves a squadron and a ship. Nice doing business.